Hi, I'm Dr. Margaret Paul. I'd like to share with you about how I completely healed my food addiction. From the time I was about 13 years old, and for many years after that, I was very, very addicted to food. In fact, one time I remember eating a half a box of brown sugar and bending over the toilet trying to vomit, but I don't have a gag reflex, so I couldn't. If I had been able to vomit, I undoubtedly would have been bulimic because I would overeat and I would eat just so much sugar and junk and feel horrible. And I was always worried about my weight. I was always going from diet doctor to diet doctor, taking diet pills, one diet after the other. It's the thing that occupied all of my thinking all of the time. In fact, I remember one time thinking, if I didn't think about losing weight, what would I be thinking about in my life? And when inner bonding came into my life, inner bonding is a process that was created by Dr. Erica Chopich and I. And I had sort of gotten it under control by then because, and this was 25 years ago that inner bonding came into my life, given to us as a gift from our higher guidance. By that time, I had really focused in on my health. And that made a big difference because being healthy was really, really important to me. I had been a sickly child and I hated being sick. And eating the way I was making me sick. So I had read a lot of books and I had tuned into being healthy and I was on the road to eating well. In fact, I was eating well, but I was still sort of obsessed with food. I thought about food a lot. I would still overeat at times, even though I was eating good stuff. And I was still having a problem with my weight. When inner bonding came in, this wonderful thing happened. Inner bonding is a process that when you practice it, you learn to fill yourself up with love, love from a spiritual source. And what I didn't realize was that my addiction to food was because I wasn't feeling loved inside. And no matter how much love I got from others, it just did not fill up that empty place inside. And so I would often turn to food to fill up that emptiness inside. But when I learned inner bonding, I learned how to fill that empty place with love. I learned how to tap into the incredible source of love that is here for all of us all the time. And what I learned is that all of our addictions are coming from that empty place, coming from a fear of feeling some of our painful feelings. You know, we grow up with pain, we grow up with loneliness, with heartache, with heartbreak, and we have no way of managing those feelings. And so for me, not only did I have the empty place inside, not knowing how to fill myself up with love, but I had a lot of pain that I had no idea how to really manage, even though I was a therapist, even though I had learned traditional ways of managing feelings. I did not discover until inner bonding that there were these core feelings of loneliness and heartache and heartbreak and grief that I was avoiding with food. And I think that's what a lot of people do, whether it's food or drugs or alcohol or sex or TV or whatever it is that's your addiction. It's to cover over these core painful feelings, and it's to fill up the empty place inside that comes from abandoning ourselves. All of us grow up learning how to abandon ourselves. Very few of us grow up truly learning how to love ourselves. And this is what inner bonding is about. It's about learning how to love yourself, how to tune into the feelings that need nurturing, how to tune into a source of spiritual guidance, what it really means to take loving action in your own behalf, what it really means to open to that source and fill that empty place with love and nurture the pain with love so that it moves through you. So since inner bonding came into my life, since I've been practicing it, my food addiction went away. I don't have that emptiness anymore. And I don't have that experience of needing to avoid feelings with food or other addictions. So I really want to encourage you to learn the 6 steps of inner bonding. They are very, very powerful steps The first step, tuning into your feelings and wanting responsibility for them. The second, moving into a deep intention to learn rather than being in the intention to protect against your feelings and avoid them. Third, dialoguing with that feeling part of you, that inner child who's the feeling part of you, to find out how you're abandoning yourself and what false beliefs you're coming from. Fourth, going to your spiritual guidance, learning how to have a two-way conversation with your personal source of guidance so that you can heal the false beliefs by bringing in the truth and learn what loving action to take in your own behalf. And step 5, taking that loving action. And step 6, now tuning into how you're feeling, evaluating that action. These steps, you can learn these steps by coming to innerbonding.com, taking our free course, joining our wonderful community at Inner Bonding, hearing the CDs, watching the DVDs, reading the books, having phone sessions with me or other Inner Bonding facilitators, attending workshops, intensives. There are many, many ways of learning Inner Bonding. If you want to heal your addiction to food or any other addiction, learn Inner Bonding now.